Try that with us.
The only way through is through. The only way through is through.
Well, you can choose when it's time to start. The only way through is through. Next part goes. Get pressed down by a heavy hand. When you hit rock bottom, there's a place to stay. Get pressed down by a heavy hand. When you hit rock bottom, there's a place. The last one goes. You're still in the dark. You take 2 steps, you might see a little spark. 3 steps ahead, you see the light of day. Keep on walking, 'cause you're on your way. Try that one. You take 1 step, you're still in the dark. Take 2 steps, you might see a little spark. 3 steps ahead, you see the light of day. Keep on walking, 'cause you're on the only way through. The only way through is through. The only way through is through. Well, you can choose when it's time to start. The only way through is through. Okay, now we're gonna stop. We're gonna put those 2 parts together. We're gonna have this side do the only way through is through, and then this side's got the hard part. So you better. You guys
listen
ready?
to me. Just
You
listen
ready
to
for
me.
this?
Okay.
You take 1 step, you're still in the dark. You take 2 steps, you might see a little spark. 3 steps ahead, you see the light of day. Keep on walking. You're gonna follow Gerri. Ready? Here we go.
Take
1 step, 2. The only way through is through.
2 steps, you might see a
The only
little
way
spark.
through is through.
3 steps ahead, you see the
You can choose when it's time to start, but the only way through is try it again. The only way through is through.
still in the dark.
The only way through is through. Well, you can choose when it's time to start, but the only way through is through. You get pressed down. You get pressed down by a heavy hand. But when you hit rock bottom, there's a place to stand. You get pressed down by a heavy hand. But when you hit rock bottom, there's a place. Everybody's the only way through.
The only way through is through. The only way through is through.
Well, you can choose when it's time to start.
The only way through is
You can choose. Well, you can choose when it's time to start.
the only way through is
One more time. Well, you can choose when it's time to start.
the only way
Through is Thanks for being willing to try that. And we're going to welcome up, I think for the first time, as platform elf, Ursula Lauper.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy Unity. Good morning. It's so wonderful to see you all, and thank you. Welcome. Let me see. Oh, I had to say my name. My name is Ursula Lauper, and I am on the Board of Trustees, and it's been just a joy to be serving and getting to know some of the other folks here a little bit better as well. So let me see what is on my to-do list this morning. Yes, I'm going to start with an opening prayer. So just settle in, get comfortable, close your eyes or leave them open, whatever feels good to you. And thank yourself for actually getting here this morning. You know, you managed to find a pair of matching socks if you're wearing socks, you found parking, you got in here, so just pat yourself on the back and know that you've arrived and that you can actually just settle in now and enjoy our time together. So for our morning prayer, our opening prayer, I'm going with a lyric poem, actually some song lyrics, written by one of my favorite songwriters personally, which is Mark Shepard. And no, I did not tell him I was doing this. So this song is called Yours for Free. And often when we sing all these wonderful songs and we get caught up in the music and we sing them, and these inspirational songs are really designed, as Mark will say, to kind of get in through the back doors of our minds and plant their inspiring messages there so they can really kind of take hold without us sort of slapping them down with our rational minds. But sometimes if we're in a more of a meditative state, just hearing the words and letting those sink in for their own worth, I find just a really nice practice. So again, this one is called Yours for Free. I see you in the distance, my friend. You're a songbird on the wire. You're an actor dressed in grace. You're an early morning flyer. High above the ground, you cannot keep from singing. A brand new tune is found. It starts the world to ringing. This day is a lovely day, and it is yours for free. Light and darkness contend, and beauty represents the few. The sadness in folks' eyes surely need not be explained to you. But even captured and concealed, the song continues rising until it's finally revealed. There can be no compromising. This day is a lovely day, and it is yours for free. Vision catches your breath, leaves you leaping and alive. Sparkling through a cloud, it's a new way to survive. And at last, the fear is lost. Now you stand here unbroken, giving no more thought to cost, for the truth has finally spoken. This day is a lovely day, and it is yours for free. So if you'd like to hear that song, you can actually go to YouTube to Mark Shepard songs, and again, it's called Yours for Free. And while you're there, you can click subscribe and like and leave a comment. You can also go to Pete Furlong's site on YouTube, where he has recorded a lot of his gorgeous songs, and also he did some incredible, he's also a videographer, I'm sure most of you know, but it just does incredible work. And Pete, you just recently recorded with Joe, yes, Vegas, thank you, right here in the chapel singing some of his incredible songs. And while you're on YouTube, you can go to Unity Albany's channel and subscribe and hit our videos and like them and leave a message, even if it's just a hello. And hey, great message and thank you, something short. The reason I'm mentioning this is because, we're all working on getting out our, the message of unity to a broader audience and to help people find us. And by doing that, it's literally a win-win-win. So by subscribing, excuse me, and, liking videos and leaving a comment, well, first of all, you're engaging with the material. So, you're able to get another good, juicy hit of unity. Why save this good love stuff for just 1 hour a week, right, on Sunday mornings? If it's Wednesday and you're like, oh my God, hump day, I'm never going to see the end of the week, pop on one of the videos from Unity and sing along again and get those good feelings going. It obviously is a great way to help Unity and our resident artists. And, Gerri and Roger, any of you guys have anybody else here have a YouTube channel or websites? No? Okay. But in all seriousness, it helps it helps us so much because the way that YouTube actually thinks of sharing our content with other people is by noticing, hey, people are paying attention to this. They're signing up. They're actually engaging with the content. This must be some good stuff. Let's find some other people who might have similar interests and share it with them. And so that's the second win. And then the third win is all those people out there who are looking for something and don't even know where to look or how to look. And suddenly YouTube pops up this inspirational song or message, and then they're able to find us. So again, I highly encourage you to do that. It's a great way, and the only thing it costs is a moment of your time, and it's a great free way to help with our marketing and outreach efforts to Unity. So thank you for letting me sneak that in. Alrighty, not that you had a choice. I like this mic. Okay. So, we are a praying community. We're here for each other and always working to encourage each other. And so what our prayer chaplains, anybody who's here, please stand up or give a little wave today. So we got some folks. And I apologize because I just started with Robin. Thank you, Robin. And I think that's Dottie. Thanks, Dottie. And I think it was Paul. Yeah, so I just switched over to having 2 pairs of glasses. And Deb, thank you. So, Dave, excellent. Thank you, folks. Yeah, so I have new reading glasses, which is great for what I'm doing right now. And you've all sort of blurred into the, the unified divine for me, so. Okay, and for anybody who's joining us, maybe for the first or second time, feel free to just to say hello to a neighbor. And if you feel like introducing yourself, we have some wonderful materials. And for anyone online who's joining us for the first time, again, go to unityalbany.org, and we've got lots of email addresses there if you'd like to just maybe, shoot a note to someone and have a conversation, set up time to talk with someone and find out more about us. Lots of options to get in touch. All right, so on to our long list of announcements. We've got so much going on here as always. So first of all, in addition to our prayer chaplains here, if you just want to instead, write a note and know in your heart that someone is going to be holding you or someone you love in light and thinking of you, please, we have this wonderful answer box out in the hallway with these slips of these prayer requests, and you can just fill one out and pop it in the box, and you can know that someone is going to be, again, holding you in the sacred space, and then it will be sent off also to the big Unity, and they'll be continuing that work for a month, holding you in prayer and thought. Okay, and then our announcements of all our wonderful things happening. So the first announcement is that something is not happening. Which is Wednesday meditation. So just a reminder that normally, again, when it's cold out and dark, we do have Wednesday evening meditations, typically starting at 6:30. And so for the summer, we're taking a break for that to just give everyone a chance to get outside and really enjoy the sunshine and the warm weather. Remind ourselves that, no, we really like the warm weather. So come January, we'll remember that. Okay, and then our next up is here today is Ashley. We've been waiting for this for a few weeks, and this is actually happening today after service. Ashley, if you want to stand up, Ashley Schoberg. There she is. Woohoo, Ashley! And again, free air conditioning, folks, so stick around after the service. Ashley's going to be presenting on how to create healthy habits that last, how to overcome the deeper reasons we sometimes struggle to create lasting healthy habits. Oh, good. I was just going to say, Ashley, would you like to come on up and, give us a little bit more information on that?
Honestly, you did a great job.
Oh, great.
I was just going to say, does anyone here struggle with creating healthy habits that last? Okay, like healthy exercise, healthy eating habits, right? Do we think that if we just had more willpower and motivation, we'd be successful? Does anybody think that? Yeah. Okay, so believe it or not, this is what most people think, but these are actually more surface issues of some deeper things going on, but these deeper things are much easier to overcome, and especially once we know what they are. And that's what we're going to be talking about today in the Beyond Motivation and Willpower Workshop, How to Create Healthy Habits That Last. We will be going over the 3 biggest reasons most people struggle to create healthy habits that last, how you can overcome them so you can create a lifetime of healthy habits.
Great. Right. Looking forward to that. Thanks. All right. Next slide, please. Reminder that tonight is one song, and Mark Shepard is in the house, so it's going to be it's always a wonderful thing, and I'm of course excited just because I'm biased. The theme is going to be Ocean of Being, and so again, if you're trying to cool down and just do some placebo effect cooling down and think of yourself as floating in a nice cool ocean, it's going to be a beautiful service as always. So please join us in person if you can, and also live on YouTube. Remember YouTube. if you are able to. And next Sunday, first of all, next Saturday, July 13th, we're going to have Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer back in town. We saw him, and they were here. I remember seeing them a couple of years ago, and it was an incredible performance. Again, another just really gifted songwriter. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful evening. And so on Saturday evening, there's going to be a concert, and you can purchase tickets at unityalbany.org. And you can also ask, anyone who looks like they know what they're talking about. If you've got any questions about doing that, we'll be happy to help you out and point you in the right direction. And then the following day, Sunday, July 14th, next slide, we're going to be having church in the park again. We do this every year. So the drum circle is going to start up at 9:30, and then the service will be at 11, and then it will be followed by a potluck lunch. There's, of course, more information on the Unity Albany org website, and I think there's probably some signs posted here too for, Gerri, is there a sign up for the potluck, or is it just going to be free for all? All right. Okay, Gerri said to bring beans. There was an incident on 4th of July. We won't go any further. Okay. And so, and after the potluck, also up at the park in Thatcher Park, Bob and Shannon will be doing a workshop. It's going to be a medicine wheel activation, shamanic journey through the 4 directions, and that will be from 1 to 3. And I'm not sure if there's a recommended donation. Okay, great. Brigid's going to help us out on that. More fabulous events, so jumping ahead now to Sunday, July 21st. At the 10 a.m. service, we're going to be having Elaine Silver, who's going to be doing her message in music, The Sacred Mirror. So that's going to be a really, again, yet another wonderful, inspirational service from one of our dear friends. Then at 7 p.m., the next One Song After Today, which you will all be at. Elaine will share her joy-filled concert, The Truth and Fun. And so there's a love offering of $20 for there, but of course, no one is refused, and that's just a suggestion. And finally, or almost finally, yes, our daily word is beautiful. So let's say this together. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. I see beauty in soaring mountains and rolling seas, in majestic forests and kaleidoscopic fields of wildflowers. I hear beauty in music, bird songs, and the laughter and conversations of people in fellowship. Searching beyond my senses, I discover a greater depth of beauty. The mundane items and landmarks I may take for granted take on a deeper beauty when my memories fill them with meaning. My dear ones become even more beautiful to me when I pause to remember our fondest experiences and love that binds us. I move through each day with my mind and heart open. Now, even the most ordinary items, places, and circumstances become more and more precious and beautiful to me. And from Corinthians, and all of us with unveiled faces, seeing the glory of the Lord as though reflected in a mirror, are being transformed into the same image as they are with my glasses. And please, let's repeat one more time together. My open heart discovers beauty all around me. Thank you, everyone.
I don't know if Ursula mentioned it, but she's one of our new board members. And she did. And it may not be surprising to know that she's the board liaison for the marketing committee.
Someone's got to do it, you know?
Speaking of Mark Shepard songs.
How does this go again? guitar is way too loud. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. I am grateful just to be alive today. And I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, I've been broken, and I've been blessed. Oh yes, and I am grateful just to be alive today. If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? Why would you ever look away? I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. I've been walking through the valley of the shadows. And I am grateful just to be alive today. I've been raised up from all of my failures. I've been raised up from all of my failures. I've been raised up from all of my failures. And I am grateful just to be alive today. And if you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? If you chance to glance upon the face of God, why would you ever look away? Why would you ever look away? Russia. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. I've been healed on this honest rock. And I am grateful just to be alive today. One more time. And I am grateful just to be alive today. Last time. I am grateful just to be alive today.
All right, take a look around. There's a lot of faces of God in here. All right. I feel like I'm hearing a little feedback in me. Not that I'm not open to feedback. Just not on a Sunday morning. So I just would like to wish you all a happy Interdependence Day and welcome you to this time of a gathering to awaken. That's why we're here, to awaken to our awareness of that oneness and interbeing that we're always a part of, that we just, at least I know for me, as I go through my day, Thank you for the reminder. It's not just this hour on Sunday, Ursula. I need to land again with the faces of God that you are. It's what keeps me going step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment, living into who we say we are. So whether this is your first time here, and our welcome can be a little bit overwhelming, but if it is your first time and you're not too shy and you want to raise your, wiggle your fingers or say hello, welcome. We're glad that you're here. Welcome. We're glad that you're here. And for those of you joining us on YouTube or watching the live streaming later in the week, it is an amazing part of this interdependence that we rely on you too. And so if you are new to that, definitely leave a little comment, say hello in the chat, let us know that you are out there and how we can reach you better as well. No matter where we are on our spiritual journey, we mirror each other's beauty. And sometimes it can be very hard to see our own beauty in the midst of the dirty windows of our eyes or the reading glasses that are new but make everything else fuzzy. And so here we are. I was struck as I was getting ready for today, thinking, I don't know why, words of an old creed popped into my head. And one of the things that I love about our Unity path is that we don't actually profess a creed. We don't have to have the same set of beliefs that we articulate every week to say this is who we are. You know by the words we say who we are. But we do say words together every week that if you're new to us might seem like, oh wow, I thought they didn't have a creed in Unity, but here's the stuff that they say. And do I have to say it out loud? I don't know. What if I don't know what it means? Our vision and mission are a call. We hear those words, we say those words, we live into those words as best we can, stumbling sometimes along God's highway. We're going to sing that song in a few minutes. It's a call to live from our being, interdependently on each other, so that in our lived expression as unrepeatable versions of the divine, we hold each other up in that awareness and that awakening to why we're here in this moment as the just right people for this moment in time, because here we are. And so we must be the just right people for this moment in time. And I say it is an act of resistance to practice joy, to sing our prayers, to come together in life and love. It's an act of resistance in this moment. And so I do invite you to come to any one and all of those events. Practice your inner well-being this afternoon with our lovely Ashley. Come back tonight and feel yourself swimming in the ocean of being. Join us next week for a rousing, heart-opening concert on Saturday night. And then come to the joyful gathering of our yearly picnic in the park. Roger and I talked this week, and then he made the call, chatted with Bob and Shannon. And one of the things that we recognize is we wanted to make it feel more accessible. No one is ever turned away. I hope that you know by now that if there's something happening here at Unity and you think financially it's out of your reach, that is never a reason not to show up. We will find a way to scoop you right in. On the website, it originally listed the $30 concert fee and the $45 workshop fee on Sunday with a combined, if you get both, for $60. We really talked with them. I say we, Roger and I talked, and then he did the hard job. But with real grace and gratitude and recognition of our beloved community, the fee now, it's $30 for the concert. We hope that that will draw a lot of people, not only from our community, but people who might not otherwise know who we are, but have heard of Bob and Shannon, or just are looking for something to feed that inner being. The workshop now is also $30, and if you decide you can do both, then the combined price is $50. So all of that information is on the website, but we wanted to make sure that you knew that. And after doing all that hard work, will be updated this afternoon. Raj, I can update that. All right. Raj is going away tomorrow for a week. Much needed week away. He's here tonight, but you know, that to-do list, it gets big. And then actually, next Monday the 15th through the Monday the 22nd, I am away. Yay! All right, we can do it, Raj. I also want to take a moment to recognize 2 moments in a lifespan. Today, we celebrate, along with our dear friend Jordan Mosides, that he was born. Happy birthday, Jordan! We wish you blessings, blessings upon blessings as you circle around the sun for another year. And we're grateful that you're a part of our community. Thank you. And then we recognize the other kind of a birth. Our dear friend Dennis Guyon, who many of you know was a beloved member of both the St. Vincent's music group and an occasional but beloved member and dear friend of Roger for over 40 years, died about a month ago. And the celebration of his life will be held next Saturday at St. Vincent de Paul Parish on Madison Avenue at 11 a.m. I will definitely make sure, I'm going to send out a newsletter this week, and that information will be in the newsletter, and but you can just know St. Vincent's 900 Madison Avenue. It'll be a joy-filled, tender celebration of a much-loved artist, musician, all-around great human. So with all of that, and also our spirit groups are already full, by the way. If you're really, really anxious to do a spirit group walk with that, you're going to have to start another group.
You should mention that this month is Roger's birthday. I don't know.
Jordan, don't tell him, but we may or may not be planning something devious for Church in the Park. Don't tell him, though. Quietly devious, Raj, we know you. Yeah, it's July 17th, in case you didn't know. Well, that really was fun. Thank you, Jordan. So in that carbonated holiness of laughter, and with everything else that you may be holding today in your heart, those faces of God, those faces of beauty that you mirror, and that mirror God back to you in all those intricate, complex ways. We find shelter in each other. And we draw our breath together, centering down, centering in. And say these following words if they call to your heart, but let them call to your heart, if you will, as we affirm, God is the divine givingness of the universe. My whole being is one with the divine flow. And again, our vision that is a call, not a creed. We envision a world transformed through the spiritual awakening of all. And then that leads our heart and our hands and our steps into living our mission. We awaken to and embrace the divine essence of all beings through prayer and service in our community and in the world. And we affirm together where we get that strength and that power to say and live those words. The power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe, the all-loving goodness of God. And so it is. Amen.
So we'll go into our meditation time with this song.
My feet are strong, my eyes are clear. I cannot see the way from here, but on we go. You know the way, and in your arms you keep me safe. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray. Walk in the light of God's highway. I see a shore from these troubled seas, this tiny ship that carries me. It is not yet, but it will be. So heaven come is you we need. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray. Walk in the light of God's highway. I'm holding on to you. Holding on to me. I'm holding on to you. I'm holding on to me. Oh, you're holding on. I'm holding on. You're holding on to me. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray. Walk in the light of God's highway. Fear not, keep on, watch and pray. Walk in the light of God's highway.
Walk in the light.
Walk in the light of God's highway.
Will you pray with me and for me? Affirming that the voice of Spirit guides and opens our hearts to all that love longs to express in us and through us and as us. Today in my message, I'm going to share a poem by the mystic and theologian Howard Thurman. But I felt called to have that lead us into our meditation as well. We'll hear it twice today. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. The questions persist. What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of our doings? Where are we trying to go? Over and over, the questions beat in upon the waiting moment. As we listen, floating up through all the jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind. A deeper note which only the stillness of the heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our questions are answered, our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily round with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. And so we center down. We center in. We breathe together in these moments, lifted by the gentle sound of Roger's strumming, by the gentle sound of your own heartbeat and your breath in and out. And in the resting lull, we listen to the sound of another kind. In the stillness of our being, our feet are strong. Our eyes are clear. We fear not. We keep on, moment by moment, choice by choice. We pray. We settle in with the peace of the eternal in every breath, in every step. As we walk together in the light of God's highway. How good it is to center down. And so come back now fully into this moment. Refreshed by that resting lull. And so it is. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. The questions persist. What is happening in the world? What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of our doings? Where are we trying to go? Over and over the questions beat in upon the waiting moment. As we listen, floating up through all the jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind, a deeper note, which only the stillness of the heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our questions are answered, our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily round with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. That line, the streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, is the line that drew me in this week to where the traffic was in my mind. So I'm wondering, how were the streets of your mind this week? Mine were paved with fear, with frustration, with bafflement about our country. In our birthday week as a nation, I read article after article about this thing called Project 2025. I'm aware of the fragile, complex vision and mission of the United States that has always been a mix of aspiration, of moving forward to the greater good, and of failing to live up to the best of who we say we are. This week, I watched a video of Frederick Douglass's speech, "What to the Slave is the 4th of July," read by his descendants, also on YouTube. The Supreme Court decision about presidential immunity that flies in the face of our Constitution and its very reason for being shook me. And that was all on Monday. Myrtle Fillmore writes in How to Let God Help You about the longing of our souls. Great unrest comes from a lack of holiness. We seem to be divided into fractions and sections. We give one part of our minds to one thing and another part to another. And always within is a longing for something higher, an unrest because we are not satisfied with life as it seems to be. The psalmist conceived the right idea of life in its fullness and completeness when he said, "I shall be satisfied when I awake with your likeness." That likeness, she writes, all those years ago, now slumbers in us as the seed in the earth. It is something that is always urging us to better things. It is that within us which wants something more than the outer activities of life. We shall never be satisfied until we find ourselves. It is this restlessness that accounts for all the error we find in the outer. The longing of our souls is to be transformed by awakening to the Holy One within and all around us. We long to awaken to that likeness in ourselves, in all of creation, and it is hard to awaken to that likeness within even those that we can clearly see around us who have let themselves be blinded to their essence in the divine, and who have been blinded by the power that the world offers. I find it very easy these days to slip into judgment about those people, to let my fear bubble into rage and despair. I can come up with a million solutions to solving all the problems of the world. And most of them rely on a fury and also some salty language on occasion that feels mighty cathartic in the moment. But Lawrence Kushner writes in The Invisible Lines of Connection, if everything is connected to everything else, then everyone is ultimately responsible for everything. We can blame nothing on anyone else. The more we comprehend our mutual interdependence, the more we fathom the implications of our most trivial acts. We find ourselves within a luminous organism of sacred responsibility. If everything is connected to everything else, then everyone is ultimately responsible for everything. the more we comprehend that mutual interdependence, the more we recognize our individual acts matter, because we are part of a luminous organism of sacred responsibility. When I consider all the turmoil, the injustice, the peril around the world, and in our own country today, it can be easy to forget that as a species, we humans have wreaked havoc all along. That havoc has never been the full truth. The other day, after reading article after article, I felt the weight of grief and despair settle on these bricks, formerly known as shoulders. And I recognized a couple of things. I needed to step back a bit from those voices, to step away from what can feel like fear-mongering, of shouting, of feeding frenzy, of experts, of pundits, of news outlets who seem really more concerned with ratings and advertising dollars than in educating a public, myself included, where I am sometimes overwhelmed with information, right? We can be overwhelmed with information. But that is too often devoid of wisdom, of compassion, of understanding, of nuance, of seeing the complexity of who we are as humans and our interdependence on each other. And so I gave in to the longing of my soul. I took a long, long walk with a friend where our solving the problems of the world sometimes also brought about laughter and sometimes a tear of tenderness. I landed with the books of poetry and inspiration that feed my soul, that give a different sound to the voices in my head. I actually sang refrains from those songs that snuck in through the back door of my mind and into my heart. I had a very gentle, tender time with my mom and dad this week. I danced in my kitchen while cooking dinner for myself and unloading my dishwasher. And I just let myself rest in the quiet of centering down. The more we comprehend our mutual interdependence, the more we fathom the implications of our most trivial acts. Washing dishes, cooking dinner, walking with a friend, listening to the birds in the morning, being overcome with the beauty of clouds last night, billowing as I drove down Delaware Avenue. They looked like Sistine Chapel clouds, on fire with the sunset colors behind them. That quiet centering down, whether it is sitting in meditation or contemplative prayer, doing any of those trivial acts that are a part of our day, but doing them with awareness, doing them with attention and intention. That helps us hear that other voice. It moves us into the center of our being. And from that center, we remember, I remember, wherever we are, God is. God's not waiting around for us to clean up the messes. The incarnation is a reminder that we are the incarnation. We are the just right people, alive in this moment, to live in resistance and recognition of the world, but in resistance. Our act of coming together to strengthen each other as we walk along God's highway week after week, moment after moment, choice by choice, matters. We are part of a luminous organism. Look around you in this room at the luminous parts of this organism. And at home, if you're with a beloved, look at each other and see that luminosity mirrored. Go look in a mirror and see the light that is within. And yet it is also an organism where we are responsible to each other. What does it mean when we say, I behold the divine essence of all beings? Ah, it's not a creed, it's a call. I have said this so many times from this spot because it is what I need to hear over and over again in my own heart. There are beings. The flash of that joyful picture I showed last week of me with a grandbaby on each knee and our matching orange t-shirts, super simple. Sitting with my mom and dad and going over their funeral plans that are not necessary right away, mind you, was so tender. God was seeping into our conversation that day. In every cell I was aware of it. I don't hold on to that awareness. I don't know about you, but I forget. I go down the rabbit hole of despair. I forget that it is my responsibility to land in the quiet where I hear that voice of God, where I recognize the divine essence in myself, even when I'm really annoyed at my reactions. And I must somehow behold the divine essence, even of those beings who scare me daily. Because that is the call I have said yes to. I have said yes to a call to be love in all action, even the trivial ones. In Unity teachings, the Fillmores call us to use reason and intuition to discern the capital T truth. The truth that we find by going within. And I also think that we find communally by landing with each other. But we ultimately have to discover for ourselves that truth as we listen to the voice of the divine within us. But we are also called then to make that real. When we realize, make real that truth, we don't just speak it, we do it. We live it, we are it. In ways that sometimes take a lot from us, that call forth us to dig in with tenacity to that vision. And other times, it's something so small and tender we might not even notice that that is the voice of God. If I only speak the truth but do not live the truth with my being, I am a noisy gong, a clanging cymbal. The truth of our interconnection, our interdependence, our oneness, that truth is not always easy even to say, let alone to live. And so we're in this paradoxical relationship. The silence, that capital S silence, the great silence. If I have not centered down into that silence, all I hear is the traffic of my own mind. And then I just perpetuate the inner violence, the inner rage, the inner fury that I am railing against. And yet that then calls us not to remain silent, to use the voices that God gave us to speak truth, to sing truth, to be truth, to live truth. And as we come together with the hands of our fears and the hands of our resting in that quiet lull, we are led forth together, step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment, along God's highway. And so it is. Amen. In just a moment, we will sing our prayers again. And we're at this moment in our service where we center down into remembering that we are part of the way God shows up as givingness in the world. We are the tangible signs of the flow of abundant love in the world. And our offering as we collect your financial love is a part of how we kind of keep our stake in the ground here at Unity. Because we are living in a way that shows clearly that you can live in love. Despite all evidence to the contrary, we can live in love. So I thank you for your generosity, for the gifts of these love offerings that help us to continue to bring life and voices to our community to feed us, so that we can be healthy, luminous souls in that organism of which we are part. And so as we say this blessing, Mary's mouthing to me in the back there, hand gestures, thank you, Mary. There are lovely little bookmark thingies in the pews that if you share your offerings online and you're here and it's the first or second time, it's even got a fancy QR code that sends you to our giving page Those of you at home, you can also go to our giving page. But let's say this blessing. As you're scooching around for purses and wallets and pockets, let's pause for a moment to feel the gift that you are as part of that divine flow, as we say together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother God, and so it is. Amen.
Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through.
From the moment that I wake up till I go to sleep at night, I offer up my working words and bring them to the light. Let me feel the power through which we all unite. Let my life be prayer. Let my life be prayer.
Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through.
Take the song that I am singing, I offer it to you. The words that I am thinking, may they express anew that you are the inspiration of everything I do.
Let my life be prayer. Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me through. I do not need to worry, though I know that cares will come. I do not need to hurry if I know thy will be done. I just need to trust and in that faith walk on. Let my life be prayer. Everybody. And let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Surely you will see me.
Sing it with us. Our
Time upon this planet is surely but a span, and things are bound to happen which we cannot understand. So in both joy and sorrow, I take your outstretched hand. Let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer. Oh, let my life be prayer.
centered in the presence of God, our lives are prayer. And we affirm that these offerings, we will use them to grow a world transformed by our love. And so it is. Amen. All right, am I supposed to say anything else here today, Raj? Announcement-wise? I mean, I know we got a prayer coming. All right, make sure you come to all the stuff. Come to all the things. Feed your well, spread the luminosity, check the YouTube landia, and let us know what's on your mind and in your hearts. All right, so we're going to sing in just a minute, but first we're going to pray.
We're going to pray.
It's all right. We can pray with the music. There are all of those things. The things that were in the traffic of my mind, the traffic that's closer to home, all of those things that we carry with us in our hearts. And we lay them right now at the altar of love as we put this blanket of our love and put it over ourselves as well, to remember that we do this in the strength of God as we say our beautiful prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We are unrepeatable expressions of the divine. All right, luminous people, thank you for being here with us today. And let's sing some prayers, shall we? And dance your prayers if you want. Embody your spirit.
We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. We shall live in light. God is light. We are light. Whoa, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Everybody
Holy wow, y'all. See you tonight at 7. See you right here. Are you doing it all right here, Ashley?